Hey, welcome to my channel. So for today's look, I already started with my eyes. We're gonna go right into the eyes. I didn't really show you me like priming or prepping my face. Like, I feel like we all have our own routine for that. Really didn't get into the brows because we're not here for that today. I'm just starting with priming and prepping. Right now I'm priming my eyes with concealer. I'm using LA Girl Pro Conceal for my eyes, nothing special. Just make sure that you pat the products on there and you blend so your eyeshadow has a nice soft foundation for all the eyeshadows to go on. I always set my concealer with setting powder. It just makes putting on eyeshadow a lot smoother. You can blend a lot easier and it makes the eyeshadow pop a lot better. So the palette I'll be using is the Jaclyn Hill palette by Morphe. It is a beautiful palette. It literally has like every color that you can think of. I can use all my transition shades from this palette. As you can see, I started with the kind of more yellow looking one for today's look. I try to use a palette that we have like all easy access to. You can find this palette on their website. If you're a beginner, if you're a pro, I still say go get this palette. I have two of them, so that lets you know how much I'm in total agreement with this palette right here. So when I had this look in mind, I wanted to deviate from fall inspired colors. Like, I really didn't want to get into the burgundies and the oranges and the browns because I feel like around this time we see so much of those colors. So I wanted to do something a little more holiday inspired. So maybe it's something a little more festive. Like, I really had Christmas ornaments in mind. And when I go shopping and see a bunch of Christmas ornaments, I see like metallic greens and bright blues and, you know, just the colors that we often see. So I wanted to incorporate those kind of more festive and fun looks. Maybe something a little different just in case you don't want to fall into the whole fall color regimen this time of year. So I'm gonna go in with a like very deep brown rich color and put it in my corners. I'm actually going to cut my crease. So anytime you cut your crease, I always suggest that you put a dark color in your corners to complete the look and really just make your eyeshadow pop. It really does help. Blending is life. So make sure that you blend everything. Even if you have to go back, blend everything before you go to the next step, because if you don't, your eyeshadow will be looking crazy. So even if you gotta go back, don't be ashamed. Go back and blend it and just kind of touch up some things. Make sure that you're in the clear, because if your eyeshadow is not blended, it will look absolutely nuts. When I cut my crease, I make sure that I use a really small angled brush. It's just good that it's small. That way, if you make any mistakes, you can quickly fix it, versus if you have a big angled brush, you make a huge mistake and you couldn't really be able to fix it like you could with a small angled brush. Make sure that when you cut your crease with concealer, you still blend the concealer on your eye, because it helps the eyeshadow that you choose for your lid color to lay flat and nice. I chose a shimmery green color because, like I told y'all, I wanted something Christmas ornament, more holiday inspired. So I'm just laying that on there flat, just laying and blending. And like I said, when you're done with one step, don't be afraid to go back and kind of just blend everything together, make everything look seamless and smooth. No shame. Sometimes you just gotta backtrack and make sure everything is okay. So to make my eyelids really pop the way that I want them to, I decided to go back into my Jaclyn Hill palette and they have this bright shimmery green color, and it's so beautiful, and it just really like fit the look. So I put that in my inner corner. I didn't put it over my whole lid because I still wanted to keep that halo effect. For foundation, I decided to go with Maybelline Fit Me foundation. Like I said earlier in the video, I wanted to showcase products that I feel like you guys can go out and buy. These are like my holy grail foundations for clients. I can go to any client at any time and I will always have the color because Maybelline Fit Me comes in so many colors. Like there is not a color that you cannot get. And it's super buildable. Like you could do lightweight, or you could maybe put on an extra few layers and get full coverage. It's a super good, super great foundation. I come in the color, I think it's like 330. I know it's toffee caramel, just in case you're wondering. So when I start putting on concealer, before I put it like underneath my eyes and stuff like you normally see, I carve out my eyebrows first. I don't know, it's just something I've always done. I'm just falling into routine. I could very much well do it after I conceal up underneath my eyes. I just carve out my eyebrows, get that out the way, make sure that it's perfect, and then I just get started on my face. So when you're in search for a setting powder, my suggestion is to definitely keep your undertones in mind. So I decided to be on the lookout for a different setting powder. I originally started with Laura Mercier, but because I have a yellow undertone, I decided to search for something different. Saka Buttercup powder is yellow. I have a yellow undertone, so I just feel like just go with what your undertone is. So every once in a while, I'll still use Laura Mercier setting powder because it is a really good powder. But when it starts to oxidize on the skin, you start to look a little bit ashy. So if you have those problems like I did, definitely switch to a yellow setting powder or a setting powder that just best fits. Okay, so when you contour, it's more than just looking like you've lost 10 pounds. contouring really has more to do with just bringing warmth back into your face. Like, you've done so much with the highlight and the powder, you start to look a little washed out. You're like, I'm too light. So what contouring does is just bring your face back to the two-toned color that it originally was. So when you go look for a contour color, you do not have to use the darkest color in the pan. That's not how it works. You're just simply bringing warmth back into your face. Okay, y'all, so I'm still thinking holiday, Christmassy type of vibes here. So I decided to take my NYX glitter liner, the gold glitter, and I put it in my crease, you know, just to accent it. I know y'all see the little holiday ornaments, and they always have like those glitter and gold swirls on them. That's definitely what I had in mind. That's definitely the inspiration for today. So I decided to take my glitter liner and I put it in my crease. I have zero to no advice to help you ladies put on eyelashes. Like, low-key, eyelashes, putting on my eyelashes was like the struggle. Out of all the things I tried to master, putting on eyelashes was definitely the struggle. So my advice, do what you got to do to get them on there, because that's what I had to do. Like, I can put on my clients' eyelashes with no problems. Putting on my own is like running a marathon. Like, it's just so hard. So if you have trouble, I understand your pain. Like, it's so many people that have this same issue, including myself. I guess if I had to give any advice, it would definitely be that mascara does help. Like, put mascara on before, put mascara on afterwards. Just do what you gotta do to make that lash look good. Like, I got the mascara on there and then I put the eyelash on there. And when I put the mascara on afterwards, it definitely helps. So mascara, I guess, is the trick. So to completely complete the eye look, I'm gonna just put a little shadow up underneath my eyes. Some people don't like doing this because it does irritate their eyes. It doesn't really bother me that much, so I'm just gonna put a little shadow up underneath my eyes. The green color more towards the corner, and the blue color more towards the outer corner. I am super mad that I did not get a clip of me showing you the highlighter that I use, because y'all, this hands down is the best highlighter I've ever used. It's from the Crayon Case. It's a black-owned makeup brand, and it's a beautiful brand. Like, she has two of the best highlighters. One is Anglola, which is what you see me using right now, and then it's Glowcane, which is a silver-based highlight. Y'all know I love me some highlight. I can go on for days about this highlight. I will definitely link the website below, because hands down, like I said, this is absolutely the best one. There is no other one like it. FYI, like, this highlight is super pigmented and it's almost like a dust. So I definitely layer my highlight. I use two different brushes. I don't go right in it with the fan brush because, like I said, it's the dust and it'll be everywhere. Like, literally, you will have highlight everywhere. So I would pat it on first and then fan it on. on my lips, I decided to go with something very neutral. Like, I almost wanted it to be the same color as my natural lip color. I just didn't want anything bold, or I didn't want anything to take away from my eye color since it was so bold and bright and really colorful. So I decided to go with something nude on my lip. And our holiday Christmas ornament inspired look is all finished, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Oh, don't forget to subscribe. Did I say that already? Just hit the subscribe button and I appreciate you guys.